Come on in. Good afternoon, Betty. Hello. Hello, Hank. Please have a seat. Thank you for coming. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you a video. So please take a look at the screen.
Don't have nobody to call. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Breaking the key.
Okay, so turn and talk to each other about what you just saw. So what do you think it was about?
It was about like kids that don't get enough sleep.
Kids that don't get enough sleep. Do you two agree?
Yeah, lack of sleep.
Lack of sleep. In fact, our language objective and content objective today is going to be identifying the meaning and form of and use of authentic language, vocabulary terms pertaining to sleep. We're also going to examine the key factor about sleep and your health as students. Okay? Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do for you is give you a text to look at. Don't read the text word for word. Don't try to translate it into your native languages. I'm going to ask you to do one thing with this text. The first thing that I want you to do is to simply look at the text and tell me, do we need enough sleep to function well? So you're going to have 2 minutes to look at the text and tell me if this text says we need sleep to function well, true or false. Okay? You can talk to each other or you can work alone. So what are you going to do? Read it or scan it? Scan it. And what are you looking for? Is sleeping meaningful? Yes. And who are you working with?
We're gonna work together.
Yes. Okay. So 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to stop you now, and I'm just going to ask you. So I'm just going to ask you, do we need sleep to make our brains function well? Yes. Okay. So the second task I'm going to ask you to do individually is to circle any words that you don't understand. Okay? And I'll give you a pen. You have 1 minute. So are you working alone or together?
I guess alone because, yeah.
Individual. Okay. How much time do you have?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay, go. And look at the board. Are any of these words that you might have circled? Yes?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so we're going to look at these words. The first word, restorative. Restorative.
Restorative.
Restorative. What's the root of this word? Restore. Is that a verb or a noun? To restore.
Verb.
It's a verb. So is this a verb or a noun or an adjective?
Adjective.
Yes, the adjective marker is IVE. So restorative is an adjective. To restore means what? Bring back. And on a computer, what do we do to restore? What's the verb? Undo or delete or back up, right? Okay. So to restore something, what does that mean? If I restore my hair back to blonde.
To change it back to where it was.
To change back Very good. Okay, not too hard. And restore can be a verb or an adjective. Can it also be a noun?
Yes.
Give me an example.
Restoration.
Restoration. Very good. What's the noun marker?
The
ION. So there's your noun marker, your adjective marker, and then the regular form, the verb. Anybody know what the re means? Recycling, restore, reusing. So what's re mean?
circle.
Circle, repeat. Or again, to do again. Recycle, do it again, use again. Restore, bring back again. Okay? Pronunciation, what's the difference in the stress between these three words? Betty, say this word? Hank.
Restoration.
Did the stress change?
Yes.
Yes. And how about this one?
Restorative.
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 Restore. Restoration.
So it changed, the stress changed in which one?
Yeah.
This one. Yeah, this one changed. Okay. Is this a normal word or a high level word? Or is it a slang word? It's a normal word. It's a normal word. Okay. How about this one? Dire consequences. Dire consequences. Let me show you a picture. So this boat is burning. Is this a dangerous situation? Very dangerous. People can die. So the consequences of this fire are death, possible death. They're dire. So is dire something good or something bad? It's something bad. Really bad? Okay, what's another word for really bad? Horrible, yeah. So dire consequences are horrible things that happen. Hank, what's a dire consequence that you might never want to experience?
To die.
To die, of course. Yeah, or to have a friend die. You know, at Florida Atlantic University a few days ago, the bridge collapsed.
Yeah.
And there was a young boy with a car, and next to him was his girlfriend. And she died. The bridge hit her. He got out, and he was crying and crying and screaming. Those are dire consequences. This word, dire and consequence, what is that part of speech? Is this an adjective, noun, adverb, verb?
That's a noun.
A noun.
Oh, adjective.
How do you know?
Horrible.
Yes. So dire and horrible are adjectives. Does the adjective come before the noun in English? So this is the adjective, and this is the noun. So in English, it's adjective plus noun. Always? If I say red hair, do I say hair red?
Oh, yeah.
So this is the order, the formula for it, yes. How about this word? Is this a normal phrase? Pretty common?
Not common.
Not common? So would you say this is literary, slang, academic? It's literary, yeah, so it's a literary term. Okay, so let's move on to this next word, contra. Contra. Anybody have any ideas what that means?
Is it like contrast?
That's a good word to put it to, contrast. So a contrast is something that is the same or different? Different. So something that is contra can be different. We also say if I'm pregnant, right? And I don't have a husband. I want to have an abortion. So am I pro-life or contra-life? Contra. So what else does contra mean?
Bad.
Or again.
Against. So contra has two meanings, against or different. What's the opposite of contra? For. So we have for or against. Pro or contra. So is this a full word?
No.
No, what is that?
It's a verb.
It's kind of a new word in English. It's an adjective, yes, and it's kind of a partial adjective because you gave me the word contrast, and contra is used with something else. We usually use it like contra abortion. Oh, oops, I can't spell abortion. Abortion. Pro-abortion, pro-life, contra-abortion, against life. So it's usually used together, and it is truly, like you said, an adjective. But it's partial. It mixes with other words. Okay? So far, so good?
Yes.
Okay. Here's another word that was in your text, REM. REM. And if you look at that text, it signals something. What does it mean? Rapid eye movement. What do we call these words that are shortened? Abbreviations. What's the other word? It is an abbreviation. It's also, like we have the word IBM or IT or NASA. Abbreviations. We also call these words acronyms. Acronyms, because they signal National Aerospace something or other. And this one is, what's IT mean? Information technology. And IBM is the name of the company. So an abbreviation that means something, when you can translate directly, rapid eye movement is an acronym. It's like a short way of reading a word. Okay? So an acronym, is that a noun or a verb? In this case, it's a noun, yes. Is this a common word?
No.
Is this an academic word or a scientific word?
Yes.
Yes, it's a scientific word and an academic word. Academic word, okay? So here's another word that was in the text, scold, to scold someone. Here's a picture. The father is scolding his son. So what do you think scold means? To scold someone.
To guide,
To guide. This is guiding?
like in a harsh way.
Harsh way. So what's a harsh way to guide? Another word. Discipline? Is it disciplining them physically?
Emotion.
Emotionally? Disciplining emotionally? And what are they using as the way to discipline?
Anger.
Words. Anger. Yes. So to scold is to discipline with words. Betty, do you do this to your brother?
No, sometimes.
He told me you do this. You scold him sometimes.
Her brother did it to her.
He does it
He did it
to
to me. To my younger brother.
To your younger brother. Hank, do you scold anybody?
No. My sister scolded me.
She scolds you. Who scolds more, men or women?
I think women.
Women. Why?
That's a good question. Why?
Why?
Wait.
Well, who usually spends a lot of time with children? A woman. So the woman is responsible for the discipline. Yeah. If a woman is a very, very, very bad scold, we also have the word nag. Nag.
Nagging.
Yes, nagging, scolding. Yeah. So is scold a verb or a noun? It's a verb, to scold. But can you be a scold?
No.
No?
You can be a scolder.
You can be a scolder. Yeah? A scolder, so the ER marker of the person who does it. You can also use it that way too. It's an unusual word. You can be a scold or a scolder. So both make the noun form. Okay? Is there an adjective form for that? Scolded? No, it's just verb and noun. Okay? Here's another one. This is a student word. All-nighter. So if you stay up and study, you pull an all-nighter. What does that mean? You stay up all. Do you sleep?
No.
No sleeping. If you've done that, raise your hand. Oh, good, Betty, you get your sleep. Is this common for students to do?
Yes.
Very common, yes. Okay. How about this word? Is this a slang word or an academic word or a normal word?
Slang.
It's a slang word. How about scold? Was scold an academic word or a normal word? It's a normal word. But this one is more slangy. You can sort of hear it, all-nighter, instead of I stayed up all night and didn't go to sleep. Just say, I did an all-nighter. Okay? How about this word? Kudos. Kudos. Have you ever heard that word before? Kudos? Yeah. I can say, Hank has just graduated. He has received the top honors. And I will say to him, oh, kudos to you. Kudos.
Kudos.
What does that mean?
Good job.
Good job. Even better. If I can say, I say to Betty, all of your siblings came to visit you and you took them all over the United States. That was amazing. Kudos to you. What else can that mean? I can't do that. Kudos to you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. So if you get kudos, you get high honor, you get congratulations. Okay? Is this a normal word? It's becoming a normal word, but it used to be, it comes from Greek. It's not an English word. So it's now pretty much a normal word, and sometimes it's even used in slang. You know, if you're in a business world, they will say, kudos to you, you made $1 million deal. Kudos. Okay? Here's one, a two-word, nap pod. There's a famous pictures of nap pods. Facebook has nap pods. So what do you do in a nap pod?
You take a nap.
You take a nap. What's the difference between sleep and nap?
Short sleep.
Very good. So this is not a hard word at all. You know, have you ever seen these in airports?
Yes.
They're in Thailand, they're in China, they're in Tokyo, they're in Russia. These nap pods, you pay $8, $10 an hour and you could sleep. Yeah. So a nap is just a short sleep. What kind of word is nap pod?
Acronym.
Or NAP, no. But there are two words here, nap and pod. Is this an adjective or a noun? This is a noun, and this is a noun. So this is a compound noun. And in that sense, nap is actually functioning as an adjective, but it's noun plus noun. So it's a noun phrase, right? But they're both nouns, but this one is now acting as the adjective. Yeah. Do you think it would be comfortable to sleep in a nap pod? Have you tried?
No, I have not.
Oh, I've tried once. It's a little weird. It's so small. You feel like, can I breathe? You know? Okay? Here's our last word, thrive. 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 So to thrive, if I start growing something, and it grows, and it grows, and it grows, it's doing well. Thriving. Yes, it's thriving. Thriving. Are you thriving here at the university?
Yes.
Yes? Why?
To be successful.
You're successful, you're thriving. Just success is thriving? Do you need anything else if you're thriving? Happiness. So you can thrive emotionally, mentally, financially.
Financial.
All different kinds of thriving. Yeah. So, is this a noun, verb, adjective?
Noun.
Well, let's see.
Oh, verb.
Yeah, okay.
Thrive. To thrive.
To the
So it can be a verb. And then you said, Betty, you said thriving as a participle. I'm thriving. So is that a noun, verb, or adjective?
verb.
It's part of a verb, but if I say I'm thriving, it's an adjective and a verb. So the participle serves as both, right? So she's a thriving student, right? Hank is a thriving student, successful student, so adjective, noun. So it can be both, verb and adjective. Okay. Any questions? Any other words in that text that you didn't understand? No? Not too difficult? Okay. So now I'm going to give you a task. I want you to do two things. Match the word to the definition, and then I want you to answer true or false to these questions. So you may work alone or together, and when you're done, give me the thumbs up. So just look at the board and check your answers. Okay? Any questions?